Today, we're diving into a really fascinating shift happening in healthcare. And no, it's not about replacing our doctors and nurses with robots. Not at all. It's about giving them a powerful new partner, an AI co-pilot that acts as a second set of eyes, working 24/7 to make our hospitals and even our homes safer. Let's see how it all works. It really all starts with this one seemingly impossible question. Just imagine for a second you're a nurse on a super busy hospital floor. How in the world do you watch 100 different rooms with 100 different patients all at the exact same time? The simple, honest answer is you can't. It's just not humanly possible. And that single, overwhelming challenge is really at the heart of so many issues in modern healthcare. Because the reality is, we're facing a bit of a crisis on two fronts: care and operations. You've got staff shortages, which means nurses are stretched thinner than ever before. You've got hundreds of camera feeds that no one can possibly watch all at once, meaning critical events like a patient fall or signs of distress, well, they can get missed. And on top of all that, you have inefficient workflows, hygiene lapses, and just mountains of video data with absolutely no way to search through it. It's pretty clear our healthcare heroes need a new kind of support. So what's the solution here? Well, it's about providing an AI-powered second set of eyes. And this is where a system called Health AI comes into the picture. Now, try to think of it less as some complicated piece of technology and more like a virtual assistant, a dedicated partner that's designed from the ground up to help. And this is the most important part to get. The goal here is not to replace anyone. It's all about augmentation. This AI acts as a 24/7 co-pilot. It handles that impossible task of constant, simultaneous observation, which frees up our human caregivers to focus on what they do best, providing that compassionate, hands-on care. So what exactly is this thing, technically speaking? Well, Health AI is what you'd call an AI operations layer. And the key phrase there is that it connects to a facility's existing CCTV network. This is huge because it means hospitals don't need to rip everything out and install a bunch of expensive new hardware. It's a smart layer of software that makes the cameras they already have infinitely more useful. The system really comes in two main flavors. First, you've got the Health AI Operations Assistant. You can think of this as a virtual coordinator for the entire hospital. It's keeping an eye on things like cleaning schedules, patient transport, and making sure all the standard procedures are being followed to keep the whole place running like a well-oiled machine. And the second flavor is the Health AI Caregiver. Now, this one is focused directly on the patient. It's a virtual safety companion, constantly on the lookout for things like falls, signs of distress, or maybe a high-risk patient wandering out of their room. The whole point is to make sure help can arrive instantly when it's needed most. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work? How does an AI co-pilot turn all that boring video footage into something meaningful? Well, it all boils down to a really simple three-part process. The three core functions are detect, search, and analyze. It's pretty straightforward. First, the AI detects all kinds of different events happening in real time. Second, it lets staff search through thousands of hours of video in just seconds. And third, it analyzes all that data to create reports you can actually use. Let's break those down. First up is detect. This is the real-time alert system. And the most critical example, of course, is a patient fall. Instead of that person being discovered maybe hours later during a routine check, the system detects the fall the very moment it happens and instantly sends an alert to the nearest staff member. We're talking about a massive reduction in response time. It also detects things like patient wandering. For people with dementia or Alzheimer's, this is just a vital safety feature. The AI can create virtual boundaries and shoot off an alert if a patient enters an unsafe area or starts moving towards an exit. It can prevent a crisis before it even begins. And detection isn't just about direct patient care either. The system can spot operational hazards, like a spill on the floor. It alerts housekeeping right away so they can clean it up before it causes a fall for anyone, patients, staff, or visitors. It just makes the whole place safer. Next up is search. And this is where it gets incredibly powerful for the people running the hospital. So instead of a security guard having to scrub through hours and hours of footage, a manager can just type a question like they're on Google. For example, show me all room cleaning events in the last 24 hours. And poof, they get the exact clips they need instantly. And finally, there's analyze. This is where all those individual events are turned into real, actionable intelligence. So this report, for instance, it clearly shows that missed nursing rounds are happening way more often than patient wandering. Now, with this kind of data, management can see the actual trend and fix the root cause, maybe by adjusting staffing to make the entire facility safer for everyone. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The application of this AI copilot doesn't stop at the hospital doors. The same core technology can be adapted to provide care just about anywhere, from a bustling hospital ward to a quiet living room. I mean, just look at how versatile this is. In the hospital, the AI is managing these huge, complex issues like hygiene compliance and security. But in the home, it completely transforms into a personal safety companion, giving families that peace of mind by watching over a loved one who's living alone. It's the same fundamental tech, just scaled and focused in a different way. This in-home version is called the Health AI Hub, and it's designed to be exactly that, an always-on safety net, providing continuous monitoring that a human caregiver or even a family member just can't offer around the clock. So what does that actually mean in the real world? Well, it means instant detection of emergencies like falls. It means getting an alert so you can verify that a scheduled caregiver actually showed up on time. It can even monitor for really subtle changes like unusual inactivity, which might be the very first sign that something is wrong. And all of this information is sent right to the family, providing that constant reassurance. Of course, anytime you talk about putting a camera in a private home, you have to talk about privacy. It's a huge question, and this system was really designed from the ground up with that in mind. All the video is encrypted, you have options for face masking, you can even choose to have all the AI processing done locally, right in the house, so no video ever leaves. It's all about providing safety without sacrificing privacy. So when we put this all together, what does it really point to? I think what we're looking at is a future of care that is fundamentally smarter, safer, and way more proactive, all powered by this idea of an AI copilot. So why is this approach so effective? Well, first, it leverages the cameras that are already there, which makes it cost-effective. It's also built specifically for the unique chaos of healthcare, not just some generic security system. And it brilliantly combines those real-time alerts with deep analytical insights. The end result? Fewer incidents, lower costs, and a hospital that can finally get ahead of problems instead of just reacting to them. And that really brings us to our final thought for today. As this kind of technology becomes a silent, ever-present guardian in our lives, it leaves us with a pretty profound question to chew on. When technology watches over us, what then is our role in caring? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us.